Hymn Exegesis. The sands of time are sinking. Samuel Rutherford was a Scottish Presbyterian pastor in the 1600s. Rutherford's letters are among the most moving and inspiring writings of his time. Spurgeon called them the closest thing to inspiration that can be found in all the writings of mere men. He was a delegate to the Westminster Assembly, taking part in that august body to help write the Westminster Standards. Yet, he is perhaps most famous for his last words, "Glory shines in Emmanuel's land." It was based upon these words that Anne Cousin wrote The Sands of Time Are Sinking in 1857. This hymn captures the spirit of Rutherford's last words and looks across the river to the other side of life. The sands of time are sinking. The dawn of heaven breaks. The summer morn I've sighed for, the fair, sweet morn awakes. Dark, dark has been the midnight, but dayspring is at hand, and glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. The hymn starts with a very poetic way of describing the end of life. The sands of time are sinking. It evokes the idea of a sunset as the sands sink, and so contrasts with the dawn of the following verse. There is no fear in death. Rather, it is the summer morn, the fair, sweet morn that Christian has longed for. The hymn is realistic about the difficulties of this life, calling the dark days of sickness that often precede death the dark of midnight. But take heart, the dayspring is near, and glory, glory which may only be found in Emmanuel's land. The name of that land conjures up images of Narnia and the land beyond the eastern sea where Aslan's father reigns. And glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. The King there in his beauty, without a veil is seen. It were a well-spent journey, though trials lay between. The Lamb with his fair army on Mount Zion's mountain stands, and glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. For you see, it is in Emmanuel's land where one may finally see the King in his beauty. Here we see him through a veil, but darkly. There we will finally behold him face to face. The journey to that land may seem long at times, with so many troubles, but beholding that face will make it worth it all. Beside the King there stands the Lamb, Christ himself leading his fair army, the hosts of heaven, along with all the saints that have gone before. They stand there on the mountain of Zion, ready to welcome one more weary soldier home. And glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. O Christ, he is the fountain, the deep, sweet well of love. The streams of earth I've tasted, more deep I'll drink above. There too an ocean fullness his mercy doth expand. And glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. Now the hymn describes Christ as this fountain of love, a deep, sweet well of love. All who come to him may drink freely of this well of love. Yet what we experience here on earth is just from the streams of love. Once in Emmanuel's land, we will drink of that well from the source. No longer a stream, but an ocean of love awaits us. His mercy, rather than contracting once we've reached that shore, will expand greater and wider than anything we can now experience. And glory, glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land. The bride eyes not her garment, but her dear bridegroom's face. I will not gaze at glory, but on my King of grace. Not at the crown he giveth, but on his pierced hands. The Lamb in all the glory of Emmanuel's land. Yet as amazing as the wonderful sights that shall greet our eyes on that other shore, nothing can hold a candle to Christ himself. The bride has no eyes for her dress on her wedding day, but is lost in the eyes of her beloved. Christ, our bridegroom, stands ready for his bride, and he alone will capture our gaze. He is named the King of grace, for so he is. On him we will drink our fill in gazing on his loving face. We will search not for the crown he has prepared for us, but for the holes in his hands as he places it on our heads. There we see the price of the grace he has given us. Yet those scars do not distract from his glory, but rather add to it. The Lamb we will see on that side of the river is in all his glory. The Lamb is all the glory of Emmanuel's land, and glory dwelleth in Emmanuel's land.